Greetings students, this is Bhavana Dubey. Today we will study metals and non-metals, which is chapter number 3 in the textbook of class 10 science. Today we will cover the topic how do metals and non-metals react. The subtopics which we will cover are cause of chemical bonding and formation of ions. Before starting the topic, let's take a quick recap of the different types of elements and their atomic number along with the number of electrons present in their shells. The first category is of noble gases. Here we are considering three noble gases, helium, neon and argon. The atomic number are 2, 10 and 18 respectively. The thing which we have to note is the number of electrons present in the outermost orbit of each and every element. Here, as these are noble gases, the number of electrons present in their outermost orbit is 8. But in the case of helium, the number of electrons is 2. It means in the noble gases, the last orbit is always filled with the electrons. The second category is of metals. Here we are taking the examples of 5 metals, sodium, magnesium, aluminium, potassium and calcium. The atomic numbers are 11, 12, 13, 19 and 20. Now the thing which we have to note here is that in metals, in the outermost orbit they have generally 1, 2 or 3 electrons, whereas in the non-metals such as nitrogen, oxygen, chlorine, phosphorus, sulfur and chlorine, the electrons present in the outermost orbit are 5, 6 or 7. It means in the outermost orbit of metals, the number of electrons present are 1, 2 or 3, and in the outermost orbit of non-metals, the number of electrons present are 5, 6 or 7. Now firstly we will see what is the cause of chemical bonding. When any metal and non-metal react, they form ionic compound. But when non-metal they react, they always form a covalent compound. Every element wants to become stable, and for this they always need to gain the nearest inner gas electron configuration. जितने भी एलिमेंट्स होते हैं अगर उन्हें स्टेबल बनना है तो उन्हें कोई भी एक चीज करनी पड़ेगी. Number 1, either they lose one or more electron with other atom. Number 2, either they gain one or more electron with other atom. Or number 3, they can share one or more electron with other atom. Firstly, we will see what are ions. An atom that has gained or lost electrons are known as ions. कोई भी एटम अगर वो इलेक्ट्रॉन गेन करता है या लूज करता है तो उसे हम आयन बोलते हैं. An atom that loses electron has a positive charge, and the positive ions which are formed by losing the electrons are known as cations. The examples are Na plus and Mg plus 2. Na plus जो है ये कैसे बनेगा? सोडियम जो है उसके आउटरमोस्ट ऑर्बिट में एक इलेक्ट्रॉन प्रेजेंट होता है, देन आफ्टर लूजिंग वन इलेक्ट्रॉन इट फॉर्म्स Na plus ion. But when we talk about magnesium, in the outermost orbit of magnesium, 2 electrons are present. So after losing 2 electrons, magnesium will form Mg2 plus ion. Now the next one is anion. An atom that gains electrons has a negative charge. अगर एटम जो है वो इलेक्ट्रॉन लूज करता है तो उसे पॉजिटिव चार्ज मिलता है, लेकिन अगर कोई भी एटम इलेक्ट्रॉन गेन करता है तो उसे नेगेटिव चार्ज मिलता है. The negative ions are called anions. नेगेटिव आयंस जो होते हैं उन्हें हम anions बोलते हैं. The examples are Cl minus and O2 minus. क्लोरीन जो है उसके outermost orbit में 7 electrons present होते हैं, but after receiving 1 electron it can complete its octet, and that's why its charge will become minus 1, Cl minus 1. When we talk about oxygen, when in the outermost orbit of oxygen 6 electrons are present, so to complete its octet, oxygen requires 2 electrons to complete its octet. So here the charge is 2 minus. Now we will see the formation of ions. When we talk about the metals, then as we already know that metals always lose electron and they become positive ions. So they are known as electropositive elements. Here we are considering the example of sodium. सोडियम जो है इसका एटॉमिक नंबर 11 होता है और इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन है 281. After losing one electron, its electronic configuration will become 28, which is a stable configuration or inner gas configuration. The second example is magnesium. Magnesium After losing 2 electrons from its outermost orbit, it forms Mg2 plus. Now its electronic configuration is stable. When we talk about non-metals, then non-metals, they gain electrons and become negative ions, so they are known as electronegative elements. Here we are considering the example of chlorine. Chlorine, after gaining 1 electron, it acquires -1 charge. क्लोरीन का जो outermost orbit है जिसमें 7 electrons present हैं, after gaining 1 electron, its configuration will become 288. As it is gaining 1 electron, so its charge is -1. Similarly, when we consider the case of oxygen, इसके outermost orbit में 6 electrons present होते हैं, तो जैसे ही ये 2 electron gain कर लेगा, तो ऑक्सीजन जो है वो फॉर्म करेगा O2 माइनस आयन और ये भी inert gas configuration को attain करेगा. Now we will see the formation of cations. Again, we are taking the example of sodium. In sodium, the number of protons are 11 and number of electrons are 11. As the number of protons and electrons are same, so its charge is neutral. After releasing 1 electron, it gains plus 1 charge. How? Number of protons will be same, but after losing the electrons, number of electrons in this ion becomes 10. So it attains a charge of 1. And why positive sign is here? इसने एक इलेक्ट्रॉन को लूज किया है इसलिए. Second example is of calcium. Calcium atom जो है इसकी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन होती है 2882. इसके outermost orbit में 2 electrons हैं, तो इसके लिए easy होगा 2 electrons lose करना rather than gaining 6 electrons. So it will form Ca2 plus ion, and now the electronic configuration of calcium ion becomes 288. The third example is of aluminium. Aluminium whose electronic configuration is 283 and number of protons are 13 and number of electrons are also 13, so its total charge is 0. As 3 electrons are present in its outermost orbit, so it loses 3 electrons, and now the aluminium ion has 13 protons and 10 electrons. And the total charge is +3. +3 कहाँ से आया है? क्योंकि यहाँ पे एल्यूमिनियम जो है उसने 3 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को लूज किया है. यहाँ पर जिस तरीके से ये लिखा हुआ है, you have to write this thing in the exam also. This is a very important thing. Now the next topic is formation of anions. Now firstly we will consider the example of chlorine. Chlorine जो है इसकी electronic configuration है 287. Number of protons are 17 and number of electrons are also 17. So the total charge is 0. जितना पॉजिटिव चार्ज है उतना ही नेगेटिव चार्ज है, इसलिए टोटल चार्ज जो है वो 0 होगा. When we talk about the chloride ion, then its electronic configuration will become 288. ऐसा क्यों है? क्योंकि क्लोरीन जो है जिसका outermost orbit में 7 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स थे, उसने एक इलेक्ट्रॉन गेन किया और इसे स्टेबल इलेक्ट्रॉनिक configuration मिल गई. अब यहाँ पर नंबर ऑफ प्रोटॉन्स तो सेम रहेंगे, बट नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स जो है वो हो जाएंगे 18. क्योंकि यहाँ पर ये एक इलेक्ट्रॉन गेन कर रहा है, तो इसका टोटल चार्ज जो है वो हो जाएगा -1. Now the second example is of oxygen. Oxygen, its electronic configuration is 2,6, so the number of protons are 8. Also, the number of electrons are 8, so the charge is 0, which is a neutral charge. Now, when we talk about the oxide ion, number of protons are same 8, but number of electrons are 10 now. और 10 कैसे हुआ? यहाँ पर जो ऑक्सीजन एटम है उसके आउटरमोस्ट ऑर्बिट में 6 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स हैं. उसे 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन चाहिए जिसकी वजह से वो अपना ऑक्टेट कंप्लीट कर सके. तो यहाँ पर इसने 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स गेन किए, इसलिए इसका चार्ज हो जाएगा -2. And the third example is of nitrogen atom. Nitrogen whose electronic configuration is 2,5, number of protons are 7, number of electrons are 7, so the total charge is 0. अब नाइट्रोजन जो है इसके आउटरमोस्ट ऑर्बिट में 5 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स हैं, सो इट रिक्वायर्स 3 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स टू कंप्लीट इट्स ऑक्टेट. अब यहाँ पर ऑक्टेट कंप्लीट करने के बाद में ये 3 इलेक्ट्रॉन गेन कर रहा है, तो इसलिए इसका चार्ज हो जाएगा -3. नंबर ऑफ प्रोटॉन्स जो है वो 7 रहेंगे, बट नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स जो है वो अब बढ़ के 7 से 10 हो जाएंगे. सो द टोटल चार्ज विल बी -3. आज हमने पढ़ा हाउ टू मेटल्स एंड नॉन मेटल्स रिएक्ट, what are ions, cations and anions. Do like, share and subscribe. Happy learning!